Let us make sure this is working correctly. Um, Come over here real quick. Make sure this is working correctly. Okay, so close that. Come back here. Okay, so basically, I wanted to do this hangout today because I felt like I owed it to the people that are on my email list. If you're watching this right now, you received an email from me earlier this morning about me doing a training on how to generate traffic and how to get more leads and sales in your business. Okay. Now, pretty much what I did was I had the idea to do this early this morning, so I didn't really actually um, put a whole lot of preparation into this, so to speak. I did throw together a few slides for you guys to follow along with me in terms of what it is that you should be doing and so on and so forth. But for the most part, I basically just am going to kind of go on the fly in terms of some of the things that have worked for me and some of the pros and cons of using different methodologies of generating traffic and so forth on the internet. Okay, so I'm going to hold off for a couple minutes here and give people a couple more minutes to hop on here and give me about 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, I need to figure out how to share my screen so I can put up my slides. Okay. This is the first time that I've actually done a Google Hangout in a long time. And it seems like every time that you try to do one, things are different. Something has changed from the previous time that you've done a Hangout or whatever. So, I'm working in my office today. First time I've done any work in my office in months on top of months. So, it's kind of cluttered and you see crap all over the place in the background. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you're getting on late, I may have a replay. I'll probably post a replay or send an email out for everybody with the replay to this, just so you can get the information that I promised you. Okay. So let me go ahead here and I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. All right. All right. So now, hopefully, you should be able to see my screen. Um, all right. So let me come back up here to the top. And here we go. All right. So basically, what this webinar is all about is sharing with you some of the traffic generation secrets that I know that work best for people who are typically on a limited budget and so forth. Because a lot of the people that I have surveyed on my list, I asked them, what is the number one thing that you need help with? What is the number one thing that you would like to learn? And everybody always says traffic. And another question that I ask my list is, what are you doing to generate traffic? 95% of the people who answered the question said that they said they were doing free advertising. And there's nothing wrong with free advertising, but I will tell you this, that if your goal is to use nothing but free advertising, then you better be a patient person, because it takes a lot of work and it takes longer for you to see results from using paid advertising simply because you have to invest more time into it. Now, paid when you use paid advertising, you don't really have to invest as much time into what you're doing because the money is going to cover the work that needs to be done. When you do free advertising, you're actually coming out of your own since when you do free advertising, you're not coming out of your pocket, but you're still investing time. So it's going to either require an investment in time or it's going to require an investment in money in order for you to generate traffic, okay? So let's go ahead and get on with this. So what can I do if I have little to no budget? That's what you should be asking yourself, because like I said, 90% of the people who get started online who want to make money on the internet, they don't really have a budget. That's why they want to make extra money, because they don't have enough as it is, you know. So what I always tell people is start your own blog. Okay, now for the sake of time, I did not add any type of graphics or um, cool effects to this slideshow. I just basically wanted to make this so that people would actually be able to see it and that people would get informed in terms of what it is that I'm trying to share with you today, okay? So, excuse me. First things first, you want to get your own blog, but you have two options. Actually, you have 100 options, but I'm coming to you from the position of experience. I'm coming to you from what I've learned over the last 7 or 8 years since I started blogging. Okay, now there's two options. I'm not going to say you must, but you really, really, really should get a WordPress blog. Okay, now if you decide to go with WordPress, there's two different options. They have WordPress.org and they have WordPress.com. Okay, now the difference between the two is if you decide to go with WordPress.com, for example, if you choose WordPress.com, then that means that WordPress.com is going to host your blog for you. So in essence, by them hosting your blog, that almost means that they control your content. And that's a big no-no, because you want to be able to blog freely. You want to be able to post what you want to post, write what you want to write, and say what you want to say. Now, if you can't do that, then you don't have any control over your blog. That's why 99.9% of all internet marketers use WordPress.org. Now, when you use WordPress.org, you actually have a self-hosted blog. So WordPress does not host your blog. You have to pay for hosting. Your hosting account is maybe about between $6 and $10 a month. You know, it's really nothing. And that keeps your website on the internet. If you don't understand or know what hosting is basically what makes a website show on the internet. Okay, now hopefully that makes sense. And remember, if you have any questions about any of the stuff that we covered tonight, you can always contact me via email or whatever if you want to. Like I said, you're already on my email list if you're watching this right now live. But just in case you aren't on my email list and you want to contact me about some of the things that you've seen on here tonight, you can send me an email at getpaidwithmitch@gmail.com, and I'll actually type that on here for you real quick. Oops. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's that. You can email me at getpaidwithmitch@gmail.com. Okay. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you need to start learning about branding. Now, Google is basically a treasure trove of information that you can learn on basically anything that you need or want to know. So if you don't understand the concept of branding, then I encourage you to go and do a Google search on how do I brand myself, or branding, or just different keywords like that, and get some information on how to brand yourself, because the whole purpose of becoming an internet marketer or a blogger or whatever the case is for you to brand yourself. Because like I said earlier, people join people. They don't People don't join companies. They join you, and they join you because of what they think that you have to offer. So when you brand yourself, you need to make yourself you need to set yourself apart from the rest of the individuals that are in your particular business or your company or your program, whatever it is that you're doing. You need to find a way to make yourself memorable, and you need to find a way to set yourself apart from the rest of those people. Because if you can set yourself apart from everybody else, where they remember you for something that you did or something that you said, or maybe even the way that your website looks, that sets you apart, and that puts you ahead of the pack, which in essence is going to make more money for you in the long haul. Okay. All right, now the next thing you need to understand and learn about is SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. You know, if you have a website and you have a blog or whatever the case, and you don't have anybody come into your website, it's almost as if your website is like an island that no one has any knowledge of in the world. So even if it's the most beautiful island in the entire world, and there's gold on your island, you have resources, you have oil on your island, nobody is ever going to come and take advantage of those resources until first they know that your island exists. Secondly, they need a way to get there. Okay, so this is what SEO is going to do, is basically going to create bridges. It's going to create pathways for people to find your website via the internet and the search engines like Google and Bing and Yahoo and so on and so forth. Okay. Finally, you're going to have to learn how to syndicate your blog. Now, when I say syndicate, what I mean by that is find as many places to post your content. That whether that be article sites, whether that be video sharing sites like YouTube, whether it be social media, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it. Once you put your website out in all those different locations, you are syndicating your website, okay, or your content. All right, so let's keep going. Now, the next thing you need to do, did I cover that already? Okay, yeah, I think I skipped this, but you definitely want to find yourself a theme. Now, if you don't know what a theme is, that just means that you have a blog design, and your design for your blog is paramount to your branding. You don't want to have a shitty looking blog, for excuse my language, but you don't want to have a bad looking blog, because people will think that you're not professional. You want to be perceived as professional. So with that said, where do you find a good theme? Okay, now you have multiple options on finding a good theme. Now, if you want to get a custom blog created, that's probably the best way to go in terms of branding. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get a very, very professional looking theme without paying out the wazoo. You don't have to pay $2,000-$3,000 just to get a blog created in order for it to look professional. The only difference is that if you use WordPress themes, like some of the places that I've listed below, Theme Forest, Woo Themes, Mojo Themes, Studio Press, Optimize Press, so on and so forth, those are all excellent themes for you to use, but you're still going to have to do a little bit of customization in order to make them look differently than the rest of the people that are already using them. So either you can create a 100% customized blog, which is going to be a little bit expensive, or you can get a WordPress theme through one of these sites. They usually range anywhere from 30 up to maybe about $97, depending on the functionality that the theme has, what it's capable of doing, and things like that. But if you decide to go with a theme from one of these sites here, all you have to do is basically go to a website called elance.com, or I think Elance and Odesk merged together as one company. But all you have to do is go to elance.com and find a freelance designer who is willing to help you customize your blog a little bit, make it look a little bit different, so you can brand yourself accordingly, okay? Now, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is SEO. Now, as I was stating, if you already blog, then you probably already have a good understanding of a lot of this information. But if you don't blog, then what you need to understand is that you want to have good SEO on your blog, and that means you need to understand keywords. What is a keyword? A keyword is basically a keyword is in relation to the content that is on your blog. Remember this: content is king. Content is king. Content is king. Okay, now with that said, the content that you place on the internet is going to be found based on the relevance of what it is that you're writing about. Now, if, for example, if you're writing about, let's just say you're writing about laptop computers, but the entire content of your blog is talking about a Michael Jackson song, then that is not relevant content, and you're not going to rank because you're not relevant. And your keywords, for example, say these could all be keywords. This headline here, how to write a good SEO blog. That is what is considered a long tail keyword because there's multiple words, but that is what I would want to rank for, how to write a good SEO blog. Now, to break that down, additional keywords could be how to write a blog, how to write a good blog, SEO blog, uh, you know, things of that nature. So basically, the keywords are what people are typing in on the search engines on Google, and what pops up is your information. So um, if a person is typing in how to how to make money online, then that's what your keywords are. Okay, and I hope I got that through clearly. Now, as far as how to do an SEO blog and make sure that your keywords are correct, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your keywords are in the title always. When you write your description for your blog, you want to make sure that your keywords are in the description of your blog. You want to make sure that your headers, that you've added headers to your blog posts with the keywords in them as well. H1 headers, H2 headers, and H3 headers. Now, I do have a blogging program that I give away for free that I created. So if you want to learn more about how to blog, all you have to do is go to WordPress Wizardry 101.com, and I'll actually post that on here real quick for you as well. Okay. All right. Center this real quick here and go back. Okay, so yeah, if you want to learn more about this stuff in greater detail, go to WordPress Wizardry 101.com. Um, it is a free program that I created that will teach you how to blog. It'll teach you everything from A to Z as far as how to get your blog set up, where to find your themes at, how to upload your blog to your hosting account, where to find hosting, all of that good stuff. And I'm giving that to you for free as a gift, okay? So backlinking. Now, backlinking is something to understand because backlinking is a large part of what makes your content pop up on the search engines. So, for example, if your keyword, as we mentioned, is how to make money online, then you need to have a link, a hyperlink, a clickable link within your content that says how to make money online. You know, if you don't have that, then you're not blogging correctly. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of depth in terms of how to do an SEO blog because that could be a 2-hour training in and of itself. But the last thing I did want to cover as far as blogging goes is that all your blog posts should be at least 500 words. If it's not 500 words, it's not going to rank. And if you get lucky and you blog about something that's not competitive, that a lot of other people aren't blogging about, and it happens that your content shows up on the search engines, it's not going to last because you don't have enough content. Content is king. If you have a 200-word article and I write a 500-word article, and we do the exact same things to get our content to rank, mine will outrank yours every time. Okay? Now, my next favorite method of marketing for free or for low cost is video marketing. Now, I want to cover a few things about video marketing because it's important that you guys realize some of the pros and cons of video marketing. And I'm also going to cover how to get people interested in joining your business from a video, and what kinds of videos should you actually be making, and where's the best place for you to post those videos, okay? All right. So, again, content is king. And one of the best ways to get people interested in doing business with you is to have lots of content online. Okay, when a person has perhaps called you to inquire about your business, usually the next thing they wind up doing is a Google search or a YouTube search for more information on your company. Okay, now, one thing I wanted to throw out there that I did not write is that you cannot rely on the internet for research, you know, because the internet is a good way to explain this is a term that I heard from another internet marketer a long time ago. But basically, the internet is like a bathroom wall. You know, anybody that has the knowledge of getting content to show up on the internet can go and write anything that they want to, and make it rank on the internet. You know, so you can't necessarily rely on what you've read or what you've seen on the internet just because it was there on the first page or whatever, because people all have their own motives for why they're trying to rank their content. Some people are ranking their content for companies that they're not even a part of, so they can intercept traffic and get you to look at their company. Some people are writing content about things being a scam when in essence it's not really a scam. It's just something that they know people are going to type, and then they try and intercept that traffic. So there's a lot of different reasons and ulterior motives that people have for getting their content to rank. So don't necessarily always believe that everything that you've seen or read on the internet is true. Okay, now in the event that they find you again through your content, they're usually very impressed and perceive you to be an expert, because once a person has contacted you and called you perhaps about your business, maybe you posted some stuff on Craigslist, or they seen you online or something like that on Facebook or social media. Like I said, a lot of the times they go and they do a search for more information on your company. Now, if they find you again and they find some of your content, maybe some articles you've written or blog posts you've written or videos that you've put up, then typically they're going to join you, because they're going to see, hey, this dude is everywhere. Everywhere I look, I see this guy. I went on YouTube and I saw this guy. I typed on Google and I saw this guy. I was on Bing and I saw this guy. Whatever the case. But the more the content that you have out there, the more perceived value that you have to offer to the person that's looking to get started, okay? Now, how do you gain interest through video? Okay, the first thing that you need to understand, is that people don't join companies, they join people. Okay, so with that said, you must appear as an authority. At the least, you must be at least able to compel them enough to hold their interest long enough to get your point across. Okay, your whole goal of marketing through video is to develop rapport with your viewers. Unlike email marketing, video marketing gives your viewers the opportunity to connect with you by looking you directly in the eye, almost giving them the feeling as if they actually know you. You know, it's important that you develop rapport with your followers, with your list, with your people who see your blog posts and so forth. You know, rapport is everything. Sometimes people, and everybody is not going to like you. You just, that's something that you need to accept, because everybody is not going to like you. Some people aren't going to like the tone of your voice. Some people aren't going to like the way you look. Some people aren't going to like the way that you write. People dislike everything, but your goal is not to, you're not marketing to everyone. You're marketing to those who are looking for what it is that you have to offer. You know, that's something that you need to keep in mind, because a lot of people, they want to try and market to everyone, and you can't sell to everyone. You need to sell to a specific group of people. Okay, it'll work a lot better for you that way. Now, what types of videos should I make? Okay, now this depends on your comfort level, because you know there's a lot of people who are very, very uncomfortable being on the camera for whatever reason. And those types of people, I usually tell them that they should start off with screen capture videos or screen sharing videos. Now, on the next page, I'm going to cover additional types of videos that you can make. Now, if you don't know what screen capture videos are or screen sharing videos are, it's basically when a person is making a video and they're sharing their screen with you, similar to what I'm doing right now. And there's free software that you can use out there to actually actually make screen capture videos. If you don't, because the most popular screen capture video software is for Windows users, it is Camtasia Studio. And then for, if you have a Mac, then ScreenFlow is the most popular one that people really use on Mac. They use Camtasia on Macs too, but a lot of people who have Macs use ScreenFlow. Now, if you don't have one of those two softwares, I know Camtasia costs about $300. So if you don't have $300 to drop on Camtasia at the moment, then you can always use one of the free tools out there. I know one is called Screener. It's SCREENR.com. And then there's another one called Screencast-O-Matic. And Screencast-O-Matic is SCREENCAST-O-MATIC.com. Okay, so those two websites you can actually use for free to capture your screen. Now, back to what type of videos should I be making. Now, one type of videos that you can make is tutorial videos. That is why I call myself the how-to king. I love to make tutorial videos. I love to show people how things work, and that comes natural to me. So that is one of the things that I enjoy doing in terms of video marketing. But there's other types of videos that you can make. You can make proof videos. Once you start doing a business, you start making a little bit of money in your business, you can show people proof. Proof videos work excellent. You know, if you can show people that you've made money in your company, that's going to boost your credibility at least 2 or 3-fold for the person that's watching. Okay, now some people, they only want to join leaders. You know, some people will join anybody and anything. Other people, they will only join leaders. You know, what I can tell you from experience is that when your goal is to go out and join the top earning person in a company, 95% chance that they're not going to work with you at all. They're going to be so bogged down and so busy from the amount of people that they sign up into their program that when you call them or when you email them, in order, the likelihood of you getting a response back from this person is next to nothing. So you may not want to go the route of trying to sign up with leaders in everything that you do. Sometimes the better route, if you're in a network marketing company or something like that, sometimes the better thing for you to do is to find someone who is at least succeeding in the company, but has more people above them. That way you actually have more than one upline leader that you can refer back to when you need some assistance in what it is that you're doing. Okay, now you can do reviews. You can show people how stuff works. You can show people the back office of your program, of other things. You can show people how to use tools. You can show people pretty much anything. You can do company reviews. I covered that earlier. Intercept traffic from other companies. If you're in Amway and you want to get people from ACN into Amway, or people that's looking at ACN to join Amway, then write an ACN review. You know, don't bash the company though. Keep that in mind. You never ever bash another company. I don't care what the situation is. You don't bash other companies in your marketing. There's people out there who do it, but do you want to be perceived as someone who is a hater, who is negative, or do you want to be perceived as someone who is putting out legitimate information out there that people can use? Now, there is a way to do everything. Even if the company that you're doing a review on is a bad company, they have a bad rap sheet, you can still you can still get your point across with integrity without coming across and making it seem as though you're trying to tear down that company, because there's other people who've spent their money to join this company. So you don't want to alienate people by bashing a company, because it makes them feel like they're stupid for ever getting involved. So that's the number one reason why you don't want to bash what you dislike or what you've heard about another company. Okay, then you can do lifestyle videos. Once you start making some significant money, going on trips, things like that, make a video about it. Show people what's working for you. Show people that your business is legitimate. Show people that your business has changed your life, has bought a new car for you, has sent you on multiple trips over the last however many months, or whatever the case. And then also you can do testimonial videos. You can do your own testimonials, but preferably you should be looking for other people to submit testimonials on your behalf, telling the world how great of a guy or how great of a girl that you are and what you've done for them to help them in their business. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so how long should your videos be? Okay, now depending upon what type of video you're making, in many cases your video should be at least 1 to 5 minutes max. You don't want to go too long, because like, people don't have a very good attention span in 2014. You know, we live in a society of instant gratification, you know, so people want things right then and there. And with the distractions of text messaging and TV and email and all the stuff that's going on nowadays, you know, you really have to be compelling in order to get a person's attention. So if you're teaching them something, if you're teaching them how something works, then maybe it's okay to go a little bit longer. But you do have to remember that people have very, very short attention spans, so it may be best to break your longer videos down into multiples. Okay, so you could do a part 1, a part 2, etc., and go on from there. Okay. Now, the best place to post your videos, without question, the most trafficked website, the most trafficked video website, without a doubt, is YouTube. And however, there are other video sharing sites out there that you should be posting to as well, because you know, you want to have as much content out there as possible. Okay, so that means Vimeo. You want to use Dailymotion. You want to use MetaCafe. You want to use Veo. And whatever other sites that you can find that will let you post your content. Another way for you to find more sites is you can also do a Google search for top video sharing sites in 2014, and that'll come up with some more stuff for you. Okay. Now, some of the pros and cons of video marketing. I'm going to try and hurry this up a little bit, because this is taking me a little bit longer than I expected. I was expecting this to take me maybe 20 minutes to go through these slides, and we are already 34 minutes after the hour. Okay. So, some of the pros and cons of video marketing. In most cases, with video marketing, you don't have any control over your videos once you've uploaded them to a sharing site. So, if you haven't kept a copy of the video and they slap your account, meaning they shut your account down, then you're just out of luck. Okay, they control the hosting. So, in essence, they control your videos. So, if you've been marketing online for any amount of time, you've probably already known that YouTube is not very friendly towards home-based businesses. Okay, now they have been known to slap people's accounts without warning or explanation. I've had at least maybe 6 or 7 YouTube accounts shut down over the years, and they never gave any of them back. I have seen a few people who get their accounts returned after a bunch of back and forth, but I mean, it's so much hassle that, in my opinion, I'd rather just create a new YouTube account. But if in the event that you have to create a new YouTube account, though, you definitely need to create a new email address and create a brand new YouTube account. Okay, because they just don't like home-based businesses for whatever reason, and it's not really YouTube. It's people who watch the videos on YouTube and they decide that they're going to go and uh, flag your videos and complain about your videos like your videos are doing harm to someone simply because they don't have anything better to do. And that's unfortunate because a lot of people put a lot of work into their video marketing, and to have it shut down without explanation or with no warning, that's unfair, but that's life. You have to find other ways to market. So you can't rely solely on YouTube. That's why I shared the other video sharing sites with you. Okay, now you definitely still want to use YouTube because YouTube is the 3rd most visited website on the planet. Now that means to you that traffic, that means tons of traffic for you if you can stay under the radar of those who like to flag home-based business videos and so on and so forth to get them shut down. Okay, now the way to get around having your hard work go to waste is to host your own videos and to back your videos up. So you should probably invest in an external hard drive and put all of your videos on your external hard drive. That way, if your YouTube account or something like that ever gets shut down, then you can still have those videos, And another thing you should be doing is have your own video hosting. And with your own video hosting, you never have to worry about your videos being shut down. Now, something that you need to keep in mind is that if you're going to be blogging, you do not, I cringe when I see people do this in the home-based business industry. You do not want to put YouTube videos on your blog for the very reason that in the event that your account gets slapped, let's say you're extremely consistent. You blog every single day. You have 365 blog posts on your blog, and each one of them has a YouTube video. Then one day some hater comes out of nowhere, flags a bunch of your videos, and says that something's wrong with your video, says it's a scam or it's spam or whatever, and they get your account shut down. Now you have 365 blog posts that are incomplete, and when the search engines spider your blog, spider means that they send spidering basically means that they go and check to make sure all your content is up to speed. So once they spider your blog and they see that those YouTube videos don't work, that's going to take your ranking down. So you're not going to be ranking as well as you once were because you have content that is not right on your blog. Okay, so one way to get around that and to not lose your videos is to get your own video hosting and your own video players. And the one that I recommend is howsimpleisthis.com/video hosting. It's the tool that I use to host all of my own videos. If you see, excuse me, if you see any videos of mine that are from 2013 and beyond on any of my blogs, they're all hosted by me. You know, unless I write a blog post about something that um, is not relevant to me personally, I may use a YouTube video, but you know, you just use common sense. If I'm using a YouTube video of somebody else's or whatever on my blog, and the video is not about a home-based business, the likelihood of that video being shut down is a lot lower than if it was to be a home-based business video. So in those situations, I go ahead and post those, but I don't post my own YouTube videos on my blog and stuff. All right, so that's pretty much it for this portion of the training. I wanted to cover more. I'm glad I didn't, because it would have taken me a lot longer to get over the information that I wanted to share with you, because I also wanted to go over um, article marketing, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some paid advertising strategies as well. But one thing I did want to remind you is that if you want to learn how to blog, and you want to learn how to blog effectively, you definitely want to go to WordPress Wizardry 101.com and check out my training, especially for those of you who don't have your own blog. Now, I'm going to be creating a new blog program pretty soon. I haven't come up with a name for it just yet, but I'm going to be teaching more thoroughly as far as how to do SEO on your blog and things like that, because you know, this WordPress Wizardry 101 is basically about how to get your blog set up. I do go into other things, but I just want it to be I want it to be extremely concise. So I'm going to create another program about blogging. I'm going to come up with a name for it eventually, and when I do, I'll send out an email to my list. So if you are on this WordPress Wizardry 101 list, then you'll get the update when I create the new program. All right. Now, again, for those of you who want to protect your investment, because all of this work that we do, you know, this is all an investment. These blog posts are an investment. These videos are an investment. And you don't want people tearing down the hard work that you've put into this, because albeit this is not a traditional job per se, but anything that you do to make money is work, you know, and you don't want people tearing down your work. So definitely go to howsimpleisthis.com/video hosting and check out the information for yourself to get your own hosting account. And it also has a lot of extra cool features that it does as well. I'm going to stop the screen share here and come back up here real quick. And now, before we go for the day, I just wanted to cover this with you guys, because a lot of people are really struggling in terms of generating traffic and generating leads to their business, and they're overcomplicating things, really, to be frank with you. You know, there's not really a lot that you need to do to get traffic. See, the thing is that a lot of people don't have a marketing budget. If you don't have a marketing budget, then things are going to get tough for you, because there's a learning curve for this stuff. You know, you need to learn how to make videos, how to do them effectively, how to blog, how to write, how to do SEO, how to syndicate your content. All of that stuff takes time to learn. And that's why I would advise anybody that has a marketing budget to partner with somebody who knows what they're doing and learn how to do paid advertising. And the easiest way for you to do that is probably solo ads. Okay? Now, I'm not going to really go into that right now, but you definitely want to learn how to do paid advertising if you're serious about making money on the internet. Now, is that to say that you can't do free advertising and still make a lot of money on the internet? Absolutely not. You can make tons of money on the internet just doing free advertising, but like I said, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of consistency. It's going to take a lot of persistence. It's going to take a lot of tenacity for you to be able to get to a full-time income using free marketing. Now, the one thing that I did not cover that I wanted to cover on the slides was Craigslist. Now, Craigslist is a cash cow if you know how to use it correctly. So I think what I'm going to do is on my next training, I'm going to do a Craigslist training. And there's people out there that are charging a gazillion dollars for Craigslist training. And, you know, I believe that some things are worth sharing for free, and some things are worth charging people for. Now, a lot of the stuff that people pay for, you can actually find it on on YouTube for free. So as far as this Craigslist training goes, I'm going to give you the best Craigslist training that you've probably ever seen for free. And I don't have a date for that yet because the next training that I do, I want it to be a lot more put together and well prepared versus today. Today was something that I just threw together on the fly. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance to um, see some of the things that I personally know for a fact work with a low marketing budget. Now, once we get into this Craigslist training, I'm going to be covering basically paid Craigslist ads, not free stuff. I may get into the free stuff, I may not, but I'm going to cover how to do paid Craigslist ads, and I'm going to cover how to do them effectively, and how to get as much as 300 leads from one Craigslist ad. A $25 Craigslist ad brought me 300 leads. One ad. Okay, so those are the types of things that I'm going to be covering on my Craigslist training. For those of you who watch this training and you got something out of it, I do want to thank all of you for coming on here. Uh, I'm going to try to start doing these more frequently. I'm going to start doing a training at least bi-weekly or possibly even weekly, depending on what's going on around me, because I have a lot of things going on here at home with my kids and everything, and it makes it a little bit difficult for me to do trainings. But I know that I need to be doing this because I need to better serve those of you who are on my email list, because you join my email list because you believe that I could help you. So that's my job, is to at least take out some time every month to share information with you guys and help you get to the next level in what it is that you're doing. Okay, so thanks for watching this hanging out with me today. um, I am going to be back with another hangout. I plan on doing another hangout next Monday. I may do the Craigslist training and I may not. It just depends on um, what's going on, but hopefully, we'll be back next Monday at the same time in the same place, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and we will get into Craigslist training or something else that will help you to get more leads and more sales in your business. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. I'm starving. Hopefully, I can find something to eat, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. All right, see you later.